another former champion is set to grace the octagon. George Rush St. Pierre against the Ultimate Fighter 1's Josh Koscheck.
Everyone has always talked about what a talented grappler you are, but I mean, now you're displaying amazing striking as well.
I'm a wrestler, but guess what? Mr. Koss is learning how to strike. Now that could be dangerous.
Another right hand. Then those were, big right hand.
Koscheck is extremely confident in his hands.
Big right hand.
Big right hand by Josh Koscheck. Diego has been defeated for the very first time.
Diego Sanchez, George St. Pierre's next.
St. Pierre comes forward. St. Pierre is one of the greatest athletes that has ever been in the octagon.
I think I got more tools, better striker, better grappler with submission. And I think I'm a better wrestler as well.
He'll out-wrestle me. George St. Pierre will out-wrestle me.
Wow, what a takedown.
That's a shot, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
He's so freakishly athletic. Wow.
There's the first shot.
Look at that shot.
And the takedown.
I've been wrestling since I've been 5 years old. You know, that's my world. He's not gonna beat me on the ground.
I will do my talking in the octagon.
Oh, there we go. Bam! Oh, what athleticism and power by George St. Pierre.
It's on. This fight, I don't care where it goes. I honestly don't care where this fight goes. It's on.
Every time he's gonna go for something, a shot or a right hand or something, I'm gonna make him pay.
I think GSP is gonna be surprised how strong I am.
I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I'm way, way stronger than I used to be.
I'm not giving him that opportunity to walk over me to get a title shot that I want. Not gonna happen.
Josh Koscheck is very hungry. He's on a winning streak, and one guy gonna have to bring him down. It's gonna be me.
I would say I knock him out within the first 2 minutes of this fight. So he's gonna go to sleep.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight matchup, 26-year-old St. Pierre against 29-year-old Josh Koscheck. Everything else is virtually identical. For the official introductions of this, our co-main event of the evening, once again, here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Big John McCarthy. All right, gentlemen, I gave your instructions in your dressing room. Do you have any questions from you, Josh? Any questions from you, George? I want to fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. Let's go.
I think St. Pierre is ready. So is Koscheck.
Mike, one thing I'm noticing is how big George St. Pierre looks compared to Koscheck.
St. Pierre, Koscheck. As Joe has said many times, two of the greatest athletes in the history of the sport. St. Pierre can't wait to get into the center of the octagon. He's like a caged animal. And we are underway. They touch gloves, and here we go. St. Pierre's striking is so good, so dangerous.
Josh Koscheck has some good hands. George St. Pierre, I think, has an advantage in the kicking department, though. Oh, good takedown.
Good takedown of the world-class wrestler.
Right away. And we've seen this with him with Sean Scherp, seen with Frank Trigg. These guys that have this great wrestling pedigree, they don't expect St. Pierre to be able to take them down, but he can take down almost anyone.
You know, the amazing thing is the fact that he doesn't have that wrestling background, that wrestling pedigree that you talked about, Joe, but yet he took down Trigg, he took down Hughes, he took down Scherp, and now he just took down Koscheck.
Not only to take him down, he's passing Koscheck's guard. He's in half guard now.
They still love George Rush St. Pierre. Not that they don't love Josh Koscheck, but he has all the tools to rule this division for a long time. Absolutely.
He's a gentleman, and he's got a great accent.
And he will itch you very hard.
And you cannot handle his rhythm. Koscheck doing a good job of keeping it inside in half guard.
Already a great night for his good friend Patrick Cote with the upset win to begin things tonight over Kendall Grove. So one French-Canadian over an Ultimate Fighter star. Could this be the second of the night?
St. Pierre got a hold of Koscheck's legs. He's going to try to shake one over to the side and pass over the top. Good job by Koscheck and keeping him in his guard.
Koscheck's such a great learner, such a sponge, as everyone talked about on The Ultimate Fighter 1. And you talked about his training at AKA with Bob Cook, Dave Camarillo, and the guys.
True, but I wonder how much time Koscheck has spent off of his back.
Absolutely.
And whether or not he expected this to be the case at all.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that, Joe, because he says that about 80 to 85% of his training now is stand-up training. So that is an interesting question, how much time he has spent on his back. Because I don't know if you're in this George St. Pierre fight, if you're thinking, all right, I'm going to have to work off my back. You're probably thinking, I got to avoid the striking of GSP. You got to be ready for everything, but you would think maybe that would come first.
It's all, you know, it's all in how they look at the past fights. And if you look at it objectively, you got to say, well, he took down Trigg, he took down Shirk.
Good point.
He shrugged off Hughes. I mean, I got to be careful about this guy's grappling, but, you know, Josh Koscheck is a very confident, brash young man, and he might, I mean, you saw in the pre-fight talk, he was like, you know, he's not taking me down. And immediately he got taken down. So let's see if he's prepared for this situation. Right now, no one's landing anything significant, but St. Pierre is holding Koscheck down, which is pretty impressive.
This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, a non-title fight. Not that both men couldn't push the pace for 25 minutes.
All right, Koscheck's got a hold of a leg now. Let's see if he can utilize that to stand up. And he does. And let's see if he can take George St. Pierre down. St. Pierre stuffing it so far. Koscheck is going to pick that leg up and try to turn the corner.
Koscheck is so good when he gets a limb.
Wow.
And wow,
That's
that is an explosive
athleticism.
takedown. Explosive takedown.
St. Pierre's got one leg, 2 legs under him. He's in butterfly guard. And he's got an overhook protecting the left side of his face. He's got Koscheck's right arm locked up. And he's got to look out for a triangle. George St. Pierre reached over and grabbed a hold of Koscheck's wrist. And it looked like he was thinking about poking his leg out to try to get a triangle in this situation. Back to butterfly guard.
Joe, when you look at the wrestling skills of Josh Koscheck, how do they compare to the wrestling skills of a Frank Trigg or a Matt Hughes or a Sean Shirk? Are they more superior?
Well, you mean, if you look at his wrestling pedigree, I mean, he's a 4-time four-time Division I All-American. I mean, that's unbelievable. 2001 national champion. I mean, he's a phenomenal wrestler, and most people agree that he is the best wrestler that's involved in mixed martial arts. Right up there with Matt Lindland, right up there with Dan Henderson.
And doing a nice job of controlling the latter moments of this round 1.
Push up, and there you go.
This is Koscheck's world. Koscheck coming off of the win over Diego Sanchez, the first time Sanchez had ever been defeated in his mixed martial arts career. Good punches at the end of round 1. Koscheck unfazed, as we have mentioned frequently. Look at the icy stare in the eyes of Diego Sanchez.
Talk about an intense young man right there.
Yeah, you talk about a guy who hates Josh Koscheck.
Look at that face, man. That dude wants some revenge.
How good is Sanchez and Fitch going to be?
That is a crazy matchup. Very similar to the matchup we're seeing right now.
How good is it that we're going to get busy again inside the octagon?
Bring it down. Bring it all down.
So many great fights coming up.
All right, look at him, straight ahead.
Keep those combos coming forward like that. And know that he's going to shoot. That's all right.
Stay relaxed and explosive inside.
Very nice. He's spending a lot of energy and going to a double. When he has the single, make sure that you stuff the
I see Greg Jackson giving George advice, but I can't hear what he's saying.
Excellent round, George. Give me one more just like that.
Koscheck able to get a leg and get the takedown. St. Pierre. Maybe we saw a little bit at the end of the round who would actually have the advantage if this stays on the mat. They begin round 2. St. Pierre has great kicks, as you mentioned. Inside leg kick. Coming forward. Almost faking that Superman punch and then going with a straight left.
Again with a takedown attempt, and again successful.
Wow.
That's very impressive.
2 for 2 on takedown attempts is George St. Pierre, although it was reversed at the end of the first round, where Koscheck looked very good. Main event still ahead. Randy the Natural Couture, Gabriel Gonzalez.
Koscheck holding George in half guard, but the leg is free. It's he doesn't have him in a lockdown. He's basically just got his leg stuck in between Koscheck's two legs, but there's a lot of air there. If George can get into a position where he can push off, I think he can sneak his leg out, especially as his legs get slippery.
I'm fairly confident the coaches of the Ultimate Fighter, Matt Hughes, are watching this fight closely.
Kimura attempt. He's got a Kimura. I mean, you can still get the Kimura in half guard. It's still possible.
And Koscheck escapes. The Ultimate Fighter, the new season premieres September 19th, 11 p.m. on Spike. The Ultimate Fighter 1. One of the stars that has really progressed since leaving the house is Josh Koscheck. And then after that premiere edition,
he's got it again.
The Ultimate Fighter will move to Wednesday's attempt. And look at St. Pierre looking for the submission again here, Joe, as you mentioned.
What's saving Koscheck is that he's in half guard. It makes it a little bit more difficult. He's looking to his corner for advice.
Looking to his corner, looking to the clock, and he will see that there's a lot of time.
Behind his back. All right,
absolutely.
Popped it out.
Koscheck remaining very calm in this very dangerous position, though. St. Pierre really working hard for this submission.
Well, it'll be very, very dangerous. Okay, now he's free. The key is if St. Pierre can get a more dominant position before he applies something like that. If he can get his leg outside of the half guard, if he can pop that left leg that's stuck in between him, that's what's keeping him from freely moving his hips. And he gets it. He's out.
St. Pierre, side control.
Okay, this is a bad spot for Koscheck for sure. And if St. Pierre can go for that Kimura again, Koscheck will be in a much worse spot to defend. If he can't control which way George St. Pierre's hips go by locking a leg in half guard, it's going to be much harder for him to defend that.
Joe just passed the midway point of this battle.
Josh Koscheck, we've never seen him on his back this much in a fight before. And he scrambles up to his feet, and he rolls. George St. Pierre holds him down.
Nice job done by GSP.
Big explosion by Koscheck, but no reward for it.
Last time he exploded out, he got a leg and ended up getting the takedown of George St. Pierre. This round has belonged to the former champion. And the chance of GSP here in this sold-out Mandalay Bay Event Center.
Koscheck back in the half guard. GSP is pushing down that left leg, or excuse me, the right leg of Koscheck. He's going to try the Kimura again. He keeps trying it from this position, and you know, we see guys get it from half guard. Joe Riggs got tapped in this position. Matt Hughes got him in the Kimura from half guard.
St. Pierre really working on his jiu-jitsu, just earned his brown belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And looking again to crank the arm and crank the shoulder of Josh Koscheck. Shot to the midsection.
The right leg behind Josh Koscheck's head makes this very dangerous for him, because that eliminates one escape route. Very dangerous for him.
St. Pierre looking to return to glory.
Now watch the elbows, they'll make it straight down. Be careful.
All those punches to the head, that's just to distract him, try to break that arm loose.
Soften him up a little bit. St. Pierre really trying to crank on it now.
The key to this is to keep the arm close to your body and use your whole body. Don't yank it with your arms. Keep it tight and press to your body and use your whole core to yank it out.
He was saying something to John McCarthy. Hard to tell what, though. Now he's going to crank that midsection some more.
I'm sure McCarthy's probably telling him that he has to keep moving and improve his position.
And he's saying, I'm trying to rip his arm off.
Good round for George St. Pierre.
Wow! Great job done by Josh Koscheck to avoid. But he will definitively lose round two.
That's a humiliating round for him. Taken down and controlled by a man he said wouldn't be able to take him down.
Hey, he can hold his own punch. I'm not saying it's right, but he can do it. So, that's what he's doing. You know it's what he's doing.
And let's look at these takedowns. Here's the first round. Immediately, George St. Pierre takes Koscheck down. Serves him notice.
Almost faking that Superman punch.
And here's the second round. Again with a takedown attempt, and again successful.
Wow.
That is very impressive. Two very impressive takedowns
Championship round.
against, again, four-time All-American wrestler.
All right? Championship round.
Koscheck had his collegiate coach Tim Flynn from Edinburgh come in and really help him work on his conditioning, and the conditioning also obviously outstanding for George St. Pierre.
All right. Koscheck's got to do something spectacular in this round. The first round was close. He reversed him in the first round, but the second round, all George St. Pierre.
St. Pierre said he believes the loss to Matt Serra is the best thing that ever happened to him.
You ready? You ready?
His father was ill prior, had a cousin in a coma who has since unfortunately passed away. But St. Pierre says he's back mentally, and yesterday at the weigh-ins he did the motion of "I'll get my belt back," and the fans applauded. Tonight, former champion against perhaps a future champion in Josh Koscheck, but Koscheck running into trouble here.
Leg kicks over and over again from George St. Pierre.
Oh, good move. He really disguises the Superman punch and then comes forward with the left.
Yeah, he's really good at mixing up his strikes. And what he's showing Josh Koscheck, the Koscheck's not showing him, he's showing 4 weapons. He's showing both arms and both legs. Koscheck is basically just swinging punches.
And that is something that I asked you on camera, Joe, is has Josh Koscheck developed into enough of a complete mixed martial artist to nullify and to neutralize all the weapons St. Pierre possesses?
So far, the answer's been a resounding no.
Koscheck, though, is still very much a work in progress. He's only 29 years old. He's really an infant in this sport if you look at it. He can afford a loss tonight and still come back and be a champion one day. St. Pierre knew coming in he could ill afford to lose here again.
This will be a learning experience for him,
absolutely.
win, lose, or draw. I mean, even if he landed a spectacular knockout punch and knocked George St. Pierre out, he's learned that, yes, he can be taken down, yes, he can be controlled, and he cannot neglect his grappling. And, you know, it's also important to mix up the strikes. Kicks, knees, and elbows are also very important, not just punches.
St. Pierre high kick almost caught him.
Especially because the distance involved in kicks. St. Pierre can strike him at a distance where Koscheck has to jump in to connect with punches.
Koscheck tried to come over with the overhand right. There you go.
Punch.
See, he disguised it and gone with the left before so many times. That time, natural Superman punch, boom, delivered and landed.
Fade away inside leg kick.
2.5 minutes remains.
Josh Koscheck has got to do something here. Good jab and good leg kick. George St. Pierre turning it on. Koscheck just keeps winging that right hand.
Oh, trying an elbow.
He's got a leg. Let's see about George St. Pierre's takedown defense. He was able to shrug off Matt Hughes.
Wasn't able to shrug off Koscheck in round 1 from a similar position, though. Under 2 minutes away from a victory is George St. Pierre.
Just the fact that Josh Koscheck's had his leg for this long and hasn't been able to take him down, it's pretty impressive.
Wow, how good is that?
That's some explosive athleticism right there.
That is why he is considered the greatest athlete, pure athlete in MMA today, George St. Pierre. Considered by many, not by all, but by many. Good elbows. I mean, when you're questioned by the boss, the president of the organization in which you were a champion, if your mental state is questioned, I have a feeling it might tick you off a little bit. And George St. Pierre did not go into a hole and hide, as you can see right here. Continues to pour down the elbows. And as you mentioned, Joe, you've never seen Koscheck. You've seen him be defeated by Drew Fickett. He got caught late, but you've never seen him dominated on the ground like this.
No, this is crazy because he's being dominated in his own world, the grappling. I mean, that's where, I mean, George St. Pierre is getting the better of the striking, but really in the grappling, Koscheck working towards an armbar there. He's very desperate. Just a little over 30 seconds to go. He's got to do something.
Hughes and Serra wait ahead for their title fight. It'll be a rematch one way or another, potentially, for George St. Pierre. Either with Matt Hughes or Matt Serra.
Got it. He called your wrist. Got the material on the glove. You guys doing good. Get your fingers out of his face.
We said many questions would be answered. Is GSP back? You better believe he is.
Very impressive performance from George St. Pierre with a very difficult opponent. He falls back for a leg lock.
And this fight is over. And you can see Koscheck's anger. He knows the result.
Very upset.
And George again with that motion of I want my belt back. Great show of respect at the conclusion of this fight. Greg Jackson, his new coach.
They've got to be happy with that performance. I mean, George St. Pierre taking Josh Koscheck down literally at will. I mean, that was a big statement to everyone in the welterweight division.
And this will certainly be a learning experience for Josh Koscheck. He will survive and he will move on and he will be better for this. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Glenn Trowbridge scores the contest 30-27. Adelaide Bird scores it 29-28. And Jeff Collins scores the contest 29-28. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, George Rush St. Pierre.
Unanimous decision victory for GSP. Two classy dudes. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, George St. Pierre. George, congratulations. It's gotta feel good to get that win back.
Feel unbelievable. I come from very far, and it's like I just reborn now. So I want to apologize to my fans for my last fight. I think it's the best thing ever happened to me for my career, and now I'm a brand new version. I'm better than ever.
Better than ever indeed, George. One of the most impressive things in this fight was that you out-wrestled the wrestler.
Yeah, I know. I had a game plan against Josh Koscheck. He's a very good wrestler, and my plan was to put him out of his comfort zone. So I knew he was not very acclimate to fight from his back. Sorry for my English, by the way.
That's all right. Take a look at the Mickey's replay and talk us through this.
I knew Josh liked the single, head inside to the double, so I knew it, so I trained a lot. And I wrestled, by the way, with some of the best wrestlers in the world. I want to say thanks to all those guys who are looking at me right now.
The former champ, he's back! George St. Pierre, ladies and gentlemen!
I'm not finished yet. The UFC, I have a message for Dana White and Mr. Presta. All right? They like to have a show. I gave a good show tonight, and I want to do something. So far, the UFC has been great. The crowd has been unbelievable. They've been everywhere, in Las Vegas, in California, in England. But if they come in Montreal, my people will go crazy, and they're gonna give them a show like they never seen before. It's on, yeah!
George St. Pierre,